Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with the review for Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 5, Episode 7. So I am tired this morning. Oh, there's a glint somewhere. Where is that? Can you see? Oh, it's right in my eye. Let me move it. I'm tired this morning. I don't know why. I didn't sleep all that well. I guess I was wound up after the versus battle, Patty and Gladys. Which was a really good time. We'll talk about it more on top of the blogs. But like after that, I think I just couldn't go to sleep. And I don't know, Mr. got up early for work this morning and that woke me up. So I feel like I only got 4 or 5 hours of sleep and niggas tired. I just watched Real Housewives of Potomac. I was like, let me go and get this done because I need to go get my oil changed and I need to go to my office for a few hours and get some stuff done. So that leaves now to get this done, you guys. Let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys. So the show opens with them at the crab place and they're talking, about Ashley and Michael. Well, Ashley is telling them about Michael, closing these big deals and had a busy night the night before. He was tired, whatever. I was very proud, I must say, that Giselle said that she wanted to just talk to Ashley. Instead of them blasting her at the table, Giselle said she has learned how to be a better friend to Ashley. And I was like, okay, I will give her, I'll give her whatever I need to give her, credit for that. Because I was just like, please don't make this a spectacle at the table. They finish their dinner. They go back to the house. People are trying to unwind, take off clothes, put on more comfortable clothes. We have a episode with a bug. I thought it was one of these big ass flying roaches that's out here in the country, deep, tough. But it looked like it might have been some sort of beetle or something. But anyway, after we go through the trying to kill the bug, Monique tells everybody that she wants to have s'mores out by the fire pit. And, they're like, okay, but Giselle wants to talk to Candace and Ashley. Well, this really annoys Monique, okay? And I know right away that I have a very good friend that's very much like Monique, who once she sets the schedule for how things are supposed to go, if it gets off schedule at all, if we don't all do exactly as she wants, then there's a problem, okay? So Monique has this controlling aspect about her that's not that attractive, by the way. But anyway, okay, so the girls go outside minus Giselle, Ashley, and Candace. So... But it is bothering Monique. So, she keeps coming in, she's looking for stuff. She's kind of lingering around. Like, what are you guys talking about? Like, what are you doing? We're sitting out here waiting for you guys. Well, why are you guys... Girl, go outside, please. Let these women talk, please. Obviously, it's something that you don't need to be a part of. Okay. So, long story short, they tell Ashley what Candace got. Ashley receives it. Doesn't get mad. She says, do you trust this friend? And Candace says, yes, she's a friend of mine. I've known her for a long time. And what can Ashley do? Okay, well, I'll address it with my husband when I get back. Okay, that's about the best she can do at this moment. You guys know how I feel about this, but I'm going to go along with it for the sake of the review. But I thought it was interesting that Candace was like, Ashley didn't seem all that shocked. And if the story is not fake, then it is very much an arrangement that Ashley and Michael have amongst each other. She hasn't made that agreement known to the rest of the girls, but maybe that's why she's not shocked, because she kind of knows what he's out there doing. Okay, so whatever. I'm so sick of Ashley and Michael. I don't know what else to tell you about that shit. Outside, they're by the fire. Like I said, finally Giselle and Candace and Ashley join them. And you can tell that Monique is really annoyed about it. Like, we've been sitting out here all this time and you guys been in there. Like, what are you talking about? I thought it was funny when Karen was just like, Giselle, okay, you left your girl. Okay, you left your follower out here. I was like, Giselle is going to tell Robin about it when they get back to the guest house anyway, so it don't matter. Anyways, they go outside. I don't know how long they're out there, due to the editing, but Giselle tells them that she's got to go because she's leaving in the morning. She's going to the African American Literary Awards, I think in New York the next day. So she won't be there when all the husbands get there. And because Giselle is leaving, then of course Robin is leaving as well. Okay, so that's 2 down. And then there was Monique, Wendy, Candace, Ashley, and Karen. But Ashley's tired, plus she's got this baby upstairs, she's kind of just ready. Plus, she ain't really feeling at 100 finding out about Michael. So she goes upstairs. So then there were 4. So when they go back inside, we're going to do shots, fireball shots, which is a hazard if you ask me. Fireball shots, oof. So anyway, they go downstairs to the basement. Okay. And it's Wendy, Karen, Candace, and Monique. Strange group. 2 groups of girls that don't like each other. They tossing back these fireballs one by one. Once you get that first one down, then the rest of them go easy, easy. And the more you do, the easier they get. Okay. So you might have to double swallow on that first one. And then, you move on from there. Karen has 5 shots. Okay, so she is appropriately sloshed. A good 12 sheets to the wind, she's fucked up. On top of that, they're smoking. Well, Monique is, okay? She's trying to get Karen to smoke. She's like, it's CBD, it's not weed. Listen, Monique, hell to the fucking no. Listen, let's be clear. I look like this because I don't smoke, okay? All of this is natural. They kind of getting a kick out of Karen. She's just like, I don't have an old vagina. My shit stays moist. TMI. Karen felt it was important to let them know that. But you know how it is once you get to drinking. Them lips get loose and you get to telling shit. It don't make no sense really. But once you start to kind of just try to read in between the lines and just really just try to focus in on what they say, people be telling their whole fucking life story. Now, let me tell you something. When you marry a successful power... Wait, hold on. Let me get this so you get this right. When you marry a powerful, successful man, it gets to be very, when you do business, it has to be legitimate. And Uncle Jessup, he puts burdens on me that I don't need to have. And it's wearing on our marriage. I help him out. I put half of my money behind him. That time after he had tax issues. We're kind of reminded about the little struggles that they go through. I mean, listen, you're married. You go through ups and downs. Uncle Jessup has supported Karen all this time. Sometimes your spouse falls on hard times. You got to pick up the slack. So, I'm not, no special awards for that. Because that's just how it is. That's that better or worse that they talk about when you get married. She said that she would have left in a heartbeat, but, she's married to Uncle Jessup and she loves him. And that's what I mean. Like, shit happens. Shit happens. So, she's rambling on. The ladies are listening. I mean, she's kind of just telling her life. Then she kind of swings it around to Candace and Monique. And she wants to know, are you guys good? And Monique says, you know what? I just kind of just want to have a good time down here, drink and do some kikis and, call it a day. I don't really want to get into anything too serious. And Candace looked like she agreed with that. Okay, fine. Let's just have a good time tonight. Let's toast to another shot. I said, not another one for Karen. She had enough. So the next morning, Giselle leaves. In the main house, everybody's kind of getting a slow start because they were up late drinking. And of course, Ashley has the baby, so she's busy as well. The husbands start getting there. Well, Chris gets there first, and after we greet him, he's hungry. I said, Chris looked like all he want to do is fuck and eat. Like, what is going on? Robin comes up to the main house, after she packs her stuff. So I'm assuming they're leaving by the end of the day today. She tells them that Juan isn't coming because Juan has to work. And so it's just Robin today. All right. And then slowly the girls start to come downstairs and the husbands, start to trickle in. Before the rest of the husbands get there, though, they're in the kitchen. They're talking. Monique is very, very bothered by the fact that she set up this fire pit for everybody and they decided to stay in the house for an hour. okay, that she felt it was very, very rude, that she would not disrespect, the host if she was at somebody else's house and, they went through all of this to make sure that everybody had a good time. And so Candace is just looking at her. So Ashley says, okay, I'm just going to let you know that we had a private conversation because Candace had received a text message about Michael and she wanted to tell me, not in front of the other girls. All right. Now, you would think that would be enough information for everybody to just fucking calm down. No, Monique blows up. Okay. What the fuck? Why are you even talking about somebody's marriage? Okay. We've been down that road and we don't need to go down that road. It's a repeat of last season. Yes, I kind of agreed with Monique by saying that it didn't even need to be addressed at all. That would have been the way that I handled it. However, that is not the way that these women chose to handle it. And obviously they handled it not in front of the group so that we would avoid a situation just like this. Okay. The only reason why they told Monique is because Monique was so upset about what happened. So they shared what happened in the conversation. And now Monique is still mad. Okay. You just being messy, you talking about other people's marriages and all of this, Candace says, no, I'm not being messy, which is why we had the conversation away from the rest of the girls. Okay. The only reason why now is because you pitching a fit. I was just like, oh my God, Monique, and of course Monique is, her anger is misplaced because she's really pissed about this whole Charisse situation, which still makes no sense to us because Giselle is really the one who is spreading all this shit. Charisse is not even on the show. So she's mad at Candace. And I just was like, Monique, I just wish that you would just handle your issues with Candace instead of every fucking minute that you can find, you are yelling and screaming at her over little teeny tiny things. And in this case, doesn't even concern you. If they not mad and if Ashley is cool, why you this mad? Why you this mad? Girl, you need, okay. And really the rest of the girls give Candace a pat on the back or, give her a break. And it was just like, I think that, it's hard to have information like that and just hold on to it or, feel like you feel like you owe it to the girls to say what it is. But so don't worry about it. Okay. It's fine. So I'm thinking that it's squashed. So, like I said, the husbands start to get there. The next one to get there is Wendy's husband. Okay. Wendy and Robin are outside sitting by the pool. And, when he comes in, Robin was like, let me ask you a question about Wendy. Does she apologize easily when she's mad? I mean, when she's wrong? And he was like, no. And she was like, okay, that's good to know. He was like, but she's never wrong. I was like, that's cute. Then Chris gets there, Candace's husband. She's happy to see him. And so then the men are there with the women outside, but the men end up going in the house because Chris was like, let them be out there with they women shit. Okay. So we sitting outside and Karen comes out, okay, with her Versace and her dark Ray-Bans on because she didn't had, too much of a night the night before. You know what, Monique, I'm telling you, I really want a fire pit in my backyard. It was so nice. And Monique was like, yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, that was the reason why I planned this whole thing to be around the fire pit. And here she goes again. Okay. She's so mad at the fact that Candace would go and tell Ashley this information just being messy when she already planned it out for everybody. And she goes on and on. You guys spent an hour inside and you didn't come out. And I was just like, Monique, girl, what is wrong with you? Go on and fight Candace right now so we can get this over with. She wants to argue about the schedule that she set for everybody. And Robin finally says, girl, you are just really mad because you can't control everything. And that's the same thing. I was like, oh my God, I'm agreeing with Robin. But it was so obvious, like, girl, you trying to control everybody and everything what they do. These grown ass women. Okay, if I decide to stay in my fucking room the whole time, you're not fixing to come in there and fuss at me because I decided to do that. She's starting this whole fuss up with Candace, and finally Candace was like, I'm getting up and I'm going. I'm not fixing to argue with you about this. And, Monique, see, that's what she do. She always get up and leave and all. But Monique, you are the reason. Oh, I just hate how Monique has made herself this season. All right. And I'm wondering if she sits at home and watches this and realizes that she's so mad about the Charisse situation that she can't even see clearly. And then when Robin tries to reason with her, even Wendy was like, you doing too much. And Monique was like, I said the same thing when Ashley and Giselle was here. And she was like, yeah, but it was a different approach. You did not talk to them the same way that you sitting here talking to Candace. But Monique doesn't want to admit that. And finally she gets up and she walks away. So now she's mad. I was just like, I really want them to get this fight done. Okay, so we can kind of deal with the aftermath. And Monique can kind of try to redeem herself because this is not her season. Anyways, the last husband to bring in the rear is Uncle Jessup. Hey, Uncle Jessup, I missed you. And he was just like, well, it hasn't been that long. You was just gone 2 days. What the fuck? That's what I'm telling you. Karen just be acting like her and Uncle Jessup just be lovey-dovey all the time. He was just like, girl, please. Anyway, she bring him in there so that he can sit with the men, okay? The men who were having a conversation about vasectomies and nutting. I said, did they just say you can still nut? I was just like, I mean, we can really say these things on TV? And again, like I said, it feels like Chris, all he ever worries about is sex. If he can fuck his wife. I almost feel like if he could keep Monique barefoot and pregnant, that's exactly how he would treat her. He just happened to have a wife that has some ambition in her. But, that's just like, that's all you talking about. All you talking about. We see Candace. She's upstairs. She's packing her stuff. Everybody is leaving that day. She's annoyed. I don't blame her. Candace, girl, I just want to tell you that you was my girl this season because you have been pulled into so many situations. Monique is trying to take it there, and you have so far circumnavigated the drama with that girl every single time. And it is such a I feel like if anybody did any work on themselves over from last season to this season, it is Candace. That she realized that the way that she was presenting herself last season is not how she wants to continue. And she's made every effort to change. Why y'all trying to take this girl here? Monique, I should say, not y'all. She says that even though Monique get on her fucking nerves, Chris and Chris are good friends, and, Chris doesn't deserve to have to, leave early because these two women can't play nice with each other. So Candace is gonna just let it go. She is not gonna go there with Monique in her house. She's just gonna let it go. So downstairs, Chris has a bouquet of flowers delivered to Monique. Remember, it's her birthday, and they sing happy birthday. And then they're like, where's Candace? And Monique was like, oh, I think she's upstairs packing. We had an argument. And Candace was like, no, here I am. Okay, Candace just stayed upstairs so she didn't have to sing happy birthday. But she came on down, and you know what? She gonna play nice no matter how painful this shit is. Chris was like, what'd you guys get in an argument about? And she was just like, don't even worry about it. So everybody sits down to eat. We get more background on Wendy and Eddie, her husband. They've been married 8 years. Their families don't get along. It's to the point it's so bad that they haven't spoken to Eddie's family or his parents in particular in 8 years since they got married, since the wedding. And they don't know their grandkids. I mean, it is really serious, okay? And it's mostly because the mothers don't like each other. So they explained the culture and, them being strong-willed and this, that, and the other, and how it has just all blown up to this. Chris talks about his mother. And how, she had a problem with Monique, but she made it right. And, we saw when the mom was like, you saw how I got that heifer together. That shit was a funny ass episode. I laughed when they showed the clip again. But, she apologized at the Rainbow Baby celebration. And they've kept Chris's mom away. So I don't know if Chris' mom still even feels that way or what. But let him tell it. They all good now. Anyway, they're telling her, Karen tells her, if you do get a chance to make it right, then, take that chance because, the Bible says to honor thy mother and father. And I'm all for that. I'm all for it. But I also realize that once you get to a certain point in your life, you grown, your parents grown, even though they are your parents, like I feel like there has to be the respect still needs to be there on both ends. Just because they're your parents don't mean that they can talk to you anyway, treat you any old kind of way, and you're just supposed to be okay with that. So yes, honor thy mother and thy father. The reality is it don't always work out that way. So then we play a little charades. The husbands all get up there and supposed to, not charades, but they're just supposed to act like they are their wives. And Wendy's husband, Eddie, gets up there and talks about, her not being able to choose an outfit. Uncle Jessup gets up there and talks about Karen, wanting her tea at a certain time, and could he bring it up? And then here we go, Big Chris. His nigga get up there and mimics the fact that his wife will not give him a blowjob. Pregnant and barefoot, y'all. Pregnant and barefoot. I was just like, did you really just do that? And a lot of times when you're joking around, especially when it's with a group of friends like that, there's always some truth to it. So I was just like, I would have had an issue with that, but that's something we probably would have to talk about later. And then the other Chris gets up there and acts like he's Candace. One moment she's Miss America, the next moment she's trying to stab people with a butter knife. Okay, we all laugh about that. Tee hee hee ha ha. It's time for everybody to go. Okay. Oh, Monique is so tired. She's laying on the couch with Chris, she's exhausted. He's trying to talk to her, and she's even yawning in his face. He's like, you're not listening. All right. But everybody is filing out, filtering, and ready to go. Ashley is leaving as well. She's anxious because she needs to get back home to talk to her cheating ass husband. And so she tells him, she had a great time, but she's about to go. Candace is like, okay, we packed up the car, we're about to go. And by the time that Candace gets in there to say bye, that Monique is so tired that she has fallen asleep. And she has decided, I guess, that she is not going to say bye to Candace. So Candace goes and gives Chris a hug. We had a great time. And then she just motions bye to Monique. Okay, she's like, it's just mighty convenient. This bitch is knocked out sound with the entire cast and crew all around her. Everybody knocking around, pulling luggage out and all of that. Oh, she just so knocked out. So Candace is just like, whatever. I said, girl, maybe it's good. Because it would have been awkward considering the way that you guys have been. Maybe you just need to go. The literary awards, Giselle wins. She's up against Eric Jerome Dickey and all of these other established artists and authors, but she ends up winning. Fine. I mean, what is this award group anyway? Was Eric Jerome Dickey even there? Let me not hate on it. Congratulations to her. And then we see Ashley in the car, clipped tones with Michael when she's talking to him on the phone. She tells us that she did get back. She did talk to her husband about it. He did admit that there was some inappropriateness at the hotel, that, he, at the casino, I should say, that, he was sorry about that. She was upset. They ended up sleeping in different rooms, but, they're still together. And then at the very, very end, we find out that, Michael has been caught again on tape. I swear I felt like this happened. I remember when these pictures released in the blogs. I feel like this shit was 2 or 3 years ago, but maybe it wasn't. I mean, every time you turn around, there's some shit with these two. So, this was the video of him in the hotel room, him from behind in his underwear, and then him sitting at a hotel, a casino, looked like a blackjack table or something with some woman very close to him. From the video, from what we saw anyway last night, you can't see if anything is happening. Maybe there will be more. I can't remember what happened in that video, but I do remember the video of him in his underwear in the hotel room and Ashley not being around, and somebody had to take the picture and all of this. So I was just like, and of course all the women are just like, oh, this Michael's always fucking around. He's always doing something. He needs to keep his dick in his pants and go home to his wife and all this. And I said, listen, whether or not this story is fake or true, I am not going to get my panties up in a bunch, okay? Because they are expecting baby number 2. Obviously, they have worked out whatever the fuck it was, if this shit really was true, okay? And if they not mad, then guess what? Rocky not mad. You not fixing to get my dandruff. You ain't fixing to give me no high blood pressure. You not going to worry me. Let Ashley and Michael do what Ashley and Michael do. All right, you guys, that's it. Let me get off of here. I got a busy day today. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.